Have you ever considered just the sheer volume of hidden stories tucked away inside your digital devices? Every click, every download, maybe even files you think you deleted. They all leave this intricate digital footprint. It's like an unseen chronicle, right? And understanding those trails, well, it's becoming absolutely critical. So today, we're doing a deep dive into the fascinating world of digital forensics. We're focusing specifically on a really powerful open source tool called Autopsy. Our mission to unpack not just what autopsy is, but why it's seen as so indispensable, especially, for students and researchers trying to get a handle on this complex and frankly vital field. Get ready for some surprising insights, I think.
Yeah, and what's truly fascinating here, I find, is how autopsy acts as this crucial bridge. It takes all that theoretical knowledge you pick up about cybersecurity, about digital crime investigation, and it transforms it into practical hands-on experience. It really pushes you beyond just the abstract concepts. You get to engage directly with digital evidence in a way that's, well, essential if you want to excel in forensics.
Okay, so let's unpack that a bit. Digital forensics, we're talking about investigating, analyzing data from devices. That's the core idea.
Yeah.
But what is it about autopsy fundamentally? How does it actually do that? What makes it maybe unique in dissecting that evidence?
Fundamentally, autopsy is built for deep investigation, analyzing data across really a whole spectrum of digital devices. And its open source nature, that's a massive differentiator. It means it's accessible, like globally, which fosters this huge community that helps develop it, helps people adopt it. So this accessibility, plus its pretty robust feature set, puts it right at the center. For cybersecurity incidents, yes, but also for that really specialized forensic analysis work. It's all about pulling apart every digital thread, to reconstruct what actually happened.
Okay, right. Here's where it gets really interesting, I think, especially for folks looking to break into this field. Beyond just being a free tool, which is great, obviously, how does autopsy specifically benefit students? The ones wading through complex forensic concepts for their degrees. What's the aha moment it provides?
Oh, for students, it's a total game changer for practical forensics training because it lets you simulate real-world cybercrime investigations with a kind of authenticity that, frankly, textbooks just can't match. Imagine working with actual disk images, not just talking about them, and seeing, for example, how Autopsy's timeline analysis feature can stitch together all these fragmented file system entries. It makes understanding something complex, say the NTFS master file table, the MFT, and why it's important for finding deleted files. It just clicks. In minutes, maybe, rather than hours of just reading theory. That's a unique pedagogical power, I'd say.
Right, so it's more than just simulation. What specific skills, almost intuitive skills, maybe, does using autopsy help students really develop? Things that might be harder to grasp otherwise.
Well, it helps develop a whole range of crucial practical skills, definitely. You gain this deep hands-on understanding of different file systems, how they actually structure data, where deleted files might hide. You'll master data recovery techniques using advanced carving algorithms that can piece together fragments even from heavily messed up unallocated space. That's a common issue, especially with modern SSDs. And crucially, it teaches you to extract vital metadata, the data about data.
Timestamps, authorship, that kind of thing.
Exactly. Timestamps, who created it, device details, stuff that's often overlooked but can be the absolute linchpin in building a forensic timeline or, figuring out user intent. It even gives you a pretty solid grounding in the basics of cyber law enforcement processes just by making the data tangible.
Okay, and thinking about those big academic milestones like capstone projects or final year theses, how does autopsy elevate what a student can do there beyond just, say, basic analysis?
Oh, it's absolutely ideal for that final year research, for thesis work, precisely because it has that depth. Students can leverage autopsy for really complex projects, things like advanced data recovery methods, maybe exploring new ways to analyze encrypted containers, not decrypting them, obviously, but identifying them, flagging them for other specialized tools, or even developing new ethical hacking methods. It provides that robust platform you need to do serious academic work and actually generate meaningful findings.
That sounds like it translates directly into real career benefits then. Tangible advantages.
Exactly right. Using Autopsy actively prepares students for industry certifications. Think like the CHFI.
That's the Computer Hacking Forensic Investigator one.
That's the one. Highly recognized in the field. But look, it's more than just ticking a box for a cert. The practical, hands-on experience you get with Autopsy, it deeply embeds the forensic mindset. So it prepares you not just for one specific certification, but for all sorts of challenging roles. IT security, incident response, digital investigations, even working with law enforcement agencies. It really does act as a career launchpad because it builds genuine competence.
So, okay, we've seen the huge advantages for students. What does this all mean for the research community then? The people really pushing the boundaries of what's possible in digital forensics. How does Autopsy scale up to handle that really advanced, maybe even cutting-edge work?
For researchers, yeah, Autopsy is invaluable, especially for that in-depth digital evidence analysis when you're dealing with the sheer scale and complexity of modern data. It supports meticulous examination of a really wide array of digital artifacts for cybercrime research. We're talking tricky disk images, finding subtle clues within encrypted files, maybe through signature analysis, comprehensive internet browsing histories. It lets researchers correlate activities across all these different data sources, and its reporting features are powerful, too. They let researchers quickly export what they find in a structured, actionable format. That's key.
That is a huge scope. Is it like a standalone island, or does it play well with other tools in a researcher's kit?
Oh, it's definitely designed for integration. That's critical in research settings, where you often have diverse data types and need specialized analyses. Autopsy is built upon, and it's compatible with, other really powerful forensic frameworks and tools. Think of it using the SleuthKits engine for deep file system analysis, like file carving and parsing, but it also integrates smoothly with tools like volatility, maybe for advanced RAM forensics. So this compatibility creates this unified investigation environment. It lets researchers combine the strengths of different tools and streamline complex, multi-layered investigations all within a single case file. Makes a huge difference.
Right, it sounds like it could be really instrumental in tracking down some of those more persistent, maybe elusive digital threats.
It absolutely is. Autopsy gets used extensively in research for malware detection and tracking, no question. Researchers use its capabilities to identify and track malicious stuff, rootkits, Trojans, you name it. They analyze the unique digital signatures, the behavioral patterns within system logs. It also helps pinpoint suspicious activity across whole networks or just on individual systems, usually through timeline correlation. So yeah, it's a key piece in the puzzle of understanding and hopefully mitigating these evolving cyber threats.
And what about sharing that research? For academic papers or perhaps for teaching purposes, how does Autopsy help with that side of things?
Precisely. Its structured case management features are great for that. They let researchers compile really detailed case studies based on real incidents or maybe simulated ones, complete with all the evidence, the analysis logs, the findings, and these comprehensive case studies. They're invaluable for academic publishing, for presenting at conferences, and of course for creating practical, engaging material for teaching in the classroom. Ultimately, Autopsy really empowers cyberforensics education and innovation by providing tools that genuinely matter. It lets researchers push boundaries and then share their discoveries effectively.
So yeah, bringing it all together, it seems clear Autopsy plays this crucial role, bridging that gap between just understanding the theory and actually applying it to solve complex problems in the real world of digital forensics. It's a tool that really seems to level up both the learning process and advanced research.
Absolutely. And if we connect this to the bigger picture for a moment, the rise of open source tools like Autopsy, well, it's democratizing access to some really sophisticated forensic capabilities. This isn't just about, a niche group anymore, government agencies or big, highly funded corporations. It's about making these advanced analysis tools available much more broadly to students, academics, independent researchers all over the world. And this, I think, raises a really important question for you, the listener, to consider. As these sophisticated digital forensics tools become more and more accessible, perhaps even commonplace, how will that increased capability shape our collective understanding and maybe our expectations of privacy, security, and accountability in this increasingly digital world we all live in? Something to mull over.